So this is my Journey to Wellness series. This is the third video in that series. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariely Sanchez and I'm a 4th grade teacher in South Florida who is currently on a wellness journey. And it's been a month since I started. So I started this journey on January 17th, 2020, and today is February 18, 2020. And I can't wait to sit down with you and share with you updates on how I'm doing with the journey. I'm going to be sharing some numbers. So I am going to be sharing what my current weight is, what my starting weight was, which I've shared before. And one thing that I haven't done since I started this wellness journey is actually take some body measurements. So my hope for this video also is to also take some body measurements, see where we are now, and use that for comparison next month. So whenever I do body measurements, when I've done it in the past, I just measure myself once a month, and then I can compare any results and see. Sometimes you lose more inches than the number that you see on the scale. Even if that number doesn't move so much, your body does go through changes. So I want to talk about that. But before I get to that, I want to share with you a little grocery haul that I did this morning before I got to school. So after I dropped off my son this morning, he is in high school, and because his day starts early, I get to also start my day earlier than usual. My day doesn't start till 8:20 or 8:15. His day starts at 7:20. So after I drop him off, I usually have some time to go to the grocery store and get some things that I may need. This morning, I didn't really have anything at home for lunch, so I stopped at the grocery store and I got these items. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about this wellness journey in a teaching channel, I mentioned this before, because this wellness journey is my form of self-care, and self-care is important for teachers and anyone. And if we don't take care of ourselves, we cannot be the best version of ourselves for other people that need us in their lives, whether it's our family or our students. So let's get to this grocery haul. All right, in this FIU bag, Golden Panthers, my undergrad comes from FIU, I have Dave's Killer Bread. Is 70 calories per slice, and I get the thinly sliced one. The macros are not so bad. They do have 13 grams, but if you take off the 2 grams from fiber, it is 11 grams total carbohydrates per slice. That means it's 22 grams of carbs. Now, if you're doing keto, this is not an option, but I am not doing keto. I'm just trying to eat healthier. I did get this cauliflower fried rice, which I'm gonna eat today for lunch, and these Adele's meatballs, and these are the caramelized onion ones. So this with this is my lunch. I was craving tuna fish sandwiches, so I got this little pack of Starkist Chunky Light tuna in water. I also got some green onions to add to this cauliflower fried rice. It's gonna make it more like a fried rice type of cauliflower fried rice. And I did get these Suja organic shots. They were buy one, get one free. So I got an immunity one and a digestion one. I got a packet of raspberries, an avocado. I also got some containers because I needed some new containers. So that's 1 of 2. I also got this Vegenaise because I can't do mayonnaise because I'm allergic to eggs. And you're going to see that a lot of my grocery hauls are going to be dairy-free and egg-free. Not because I'm vegan, but because I am allergic to eggs and dairy. So I haven't tried this, so I can't wait to try that with the tuna fish. I did get this little bone broth that comes in a little sippy cup, and you just warm it up in the microwave for a minute. I got some diced mangoes that I love to eat with my chili lime from Badia, or if you have tajin, you can also do that, tajin. I got 1 sweet potato that I could probably eat later or for dinner. I'm not sure if I'm going to eat it now for lunch, but I cooked this really quickly in the microwave. I know some people don't like cooking in the microwave, but I just clean it up. I stab it a couple times with a fork, and I put it in the microwave, wrapped in a moist paper towel for 5 minutes, and it cooks. I got some salad olives for the tuna fish. I also got some sesame seed oil, toasted sesame seed oil for the cauliflower fried rice, again to give me that fried rice vibes. I got my favorite dark chocolate hummus. Yes, this is made with chickpeas. Actually, I can show you the ingredients, which are pretty simple ingredients. And yep, there they are. Really good ingredients. I love this. This is a nice little treat. 2 tablespoons is only 80 calories. So yeah, love to eat these with strawberries, or I actually just have raspberries. And I also got a packet of blueberries, so I can just eat that with those. And I got another container for my lunch. And that basically, my friends, is my little haul for this morning. All right, since I am coming to you during my lunchtime, I'm gonna quickly put this food together. I'll show you how it looks like at the end. And I'm gonna eat it up, and I'll probably do the measurements, I will do the measurements at the end of the day once the students have been dismissed. I do have a tape measure that I got brand new from Amazon, and I'll share it with you because it was a 2-pack, so 2 different kind of tape measures for you to measure yourself, and I'll be sure to leave a link to those in the description box below. All right, so let's enjoy some delicious food. One thing that I like to do is add a packet of emergency into my water. My mom told me about this tip because it is full with all these really good things for you. So I'm gonna put one in here. The bottle is not completely full because I drank some water. So I'm just gonna pour this in there and give it a good shake. Now, while my food is cooking in the microwave or heating up, because the meatballs are already cooked, they are chicken meatballs that are fully cooked, you just have to warm them up. I'm gonna let you know what this cauliflower fried rice, what the macros are in the back and what it contains. It is a not so fried rice kind of thing, so it does have a little bit of soy sauce. And let me show you what it says on the back. So these are the ingredients right there. I am going to eat the entire bag. There's 3.5 servings, so that's 45 calories times 3.5. And this whole entire thing plus 5 chicken meatballs, which the serving size is actually 4 meatballs, 180 calories, and these are the ingredients. But one of them kind of got out, so I'm eating 5. And I like that there's no nitrates in here, no preservatives, no MSGs. And yeah, they taste really good, and I like this brand a lot. The other thing I added was a little bit of the sesame seed oil, and these are the macros for that. So I'll scroll down here what those total calories are. Just so you know, I didn't eat breakfast this morning. My lunch is super early. It's from 10:35 to 11:05. So I just usually don't eat breakfast. I just drink a mint tea in the morning. And now I'm having this lunch, which just finished. So let's take a look at how it looks. Oh, and I also threw some green onions, and those are usually 0 calories. And because I just put a little bit just for flavor. And this is how my lunch looks today. Here it is. Now I need some paper towels because it's hot and I don't want to burn myself. But that, my friends, is my lunch, and it smells amazing, especially that sesame seed oil. Yum. All right, so I'll catch up with you later. All right, friends, so now I'm back to you. It's been the end of the day. The students have been dismissed, and I just wanted to let you know, when I last left you, I was putting my emergency inside my bottle of water, and I had already drank about 8 ounces of water this morning when I came to school. That was from my tea, and I take my tea with nothing in it, no sugar, no honey, no sweeteners. I just drink it as is, and I've gotten used to that. It's something that I've done for years. I do the same thing with coffee, but I did drink the entire bottle, and then I poured in another 16-ounce bottle of water that I had. I put it in here, and I just finished drinking that right now. So that is 8 plus 32. That is 40 ounces of water so far. I want to drink more. I got to do better with drinking water, because I'll let you know once I sit down and give you my monthly progress, what I have learned in the past week about not drinking enough water. And I'm sure a lot of you already know what I'm going to say. But I am trying to make it a point this week to really get enough water. And by enough water, I'm not going to go too crazy and say that I'm going to drink a gallon a day, but at least 8 ounces of water, 64 ounces. maybe a little bit more than 64 ounces a day. But I definitely want to make sure I do better with my water, because in the past I haven't been drinking enough water. And that's not because I don't like water, because I love water. It's because I forget to drink water. I just get busy going in the day and I just don't drink water. And then consequences happen, like dehydration or headaches and things like that. I wanted to let you know, when I picked up the students from the cafeteria, somebody left over a pear from the cafeteria. I'll take that because I can use that as a snack. But right now, what I'm going to do is what I said I was going to do earlier, which was I'm going to do measurements, body measurements. So I'm going to prop up my camera somewhere that you can kind of see me. I'm trying to figure out where in the classroom is best. And this is the tape measure that I'm going to be using. So I got this from Amazon, and it is a pack of 2. It was less than $10, and it brings 2 different tape measures. So the regular one that tailors use, or you may have seen people use before, I've actually just only used this type, and it's kind of soft and very flexible. It's not made of paper. It's made up of like a soft, like plastic type material. And then there's this one that as you pull it out, and it's also soft, made of like of a plasticky material, but as you pull it out, it clicks and it stops. So maybe I'll use this one just to try it. So this is centimeters on one side, and this is inches. I'm going to be using the inches side. This one has the same, so one side is inches and the other side is centimeters, as you can see, the darker side. All right, so I'm going to be using inches. I'm going to be measuring my body and sharing with you what I end up learning about my measurements. And I also want to say that now at the end of the day, it's like almost 3:25, which is time for me to go home. It was time for me to go home like 5 minutes ago before I started talking to you. But anywho, yeah, I am starving. I am so hungry because the food that I ate, which you noticed, it wasn't a lot of carbs. I like cauliflower rice. It's not that I'm forcing myself to eat something that I don't like. I love it. I can actually do without rice only if I'm craving it, and I don't crave it often. I'm one of those people that I don't really crave breads or pasta or rice unless I'm really in the mood for it, and usually I'm not. So I'm okay with trying to load up on my veggies and eat some cauliflower fried rice or just cauliflower rice in general. And so yeah, I'm very hungry. So once I finish measuring myself, I'm probably gonna grab a snack from the bag that I showed you, and yeah, have that feel a little bit like more full and not hungry, because it's been a long time. Like I said, I eat very early, so the last time I ate was around 11, so it's been 4.5 hours almost of me not eating, so I'm definitely hungry. All right, I'm gonna prop up this camera on a tripod and we're gonna measure away. So I'm going to measure different parts of my body and see what those measurements are, with the hope that next month, on the next month's progress, we can see some changes in different places. So we're going to get started with my neck. I usually like to measure my neck. So again, we're going to be using the inches side. So we're going to bring this all around. And I wish I'm looking at a mirror right now. I'm going to have to go and look at the mirror. 1 second. So let's see what this is. All right, so my neck is 15.25 inches. Next, I like to go ahead and measure my arms, and I measure each arm separately. And what I do is I measure my arm where I think right here in the middle, that's where I usually measure it. And my arms are very chunky thanks to my grandma. She gave me those jeans. So we're gonna go ahead and do that very creatively, as you can see. So hard to measure yourself when you're by yourself, but we're gonna get there, so help me God. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that there. All right, so this first arm, and I try to do it loose so it's not squeezing my arm, because that's not what we want. All right, so my left arm is 17 inches. Now we're gonna measure my right arm. That'd be very creative how we do this, huh? My right arm is 16 inches. So now I'm going to go ahead and measure across my chest. Let me take this off. gonna go ahead and look in the mirror again. All right, my chest is 47 inches. I also like to measure underneath my bust. So that 47 inches is more for my bust, but I also like to measure underneath, which is my actual chest measurement. So let me go ahead and look in the mirror for that one. All right, so that measurement for my chest is 42 inches. And now we're gonna measure my waist. All right, let me go ahead and look in the mirror for this. All right, so my waist is 45 inches. And now it's time to measure my hips. So I usually try to do the widest part of my hips, and that's what I measure. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and look again at the mirror. And my hips are 53 inches. So now we're gonna go ahead and measure each individual thigh. And I usually just get it from the widest part here, the mid part of the thigh. My left thigh is 27 inches. And my right thigh is 26 inches. I'm gonna measure my left thigh again just to make sure, because I am wearing jeans. Yeah, it's actually 26 inches. So both of my thighs are 26 inches. The last thing that I wanna measure are my calves. And again, I get my calves about midway through, pretty much where I feel maybe it's the bulkiest, but here we go. My left calf is 18 inches. And my right calf is also 18 inches. All right, so those are my measurements, and I don't have any measurements from the beginning of my wellness journey this time around, but I may be able to look at measurements that I've had from previous wellness or fitness journeys that I've done, and maybe I can do some kind of comparison. So let's go ahead, let's sit down and talk about the updates, where I started, where I am now. Let's talk numbers. Let's compare. At least now we have a starting point this time around for measurements, and I'm looking forward to see what the measurements are for March. So let's go ahead, sit down and have a chat. And before I sit down for a chat, I just wanted to quickly show you what my body looks like right now. I'm wearing a loose shirt, but this is what it will look like if it was like picked up. And I'm wearing a size 18 jeans, and this is a large shirt or extra large, but look how I look on the side. This is my side view, how I look. And if I put my arm down, this is how my arm currently looks as well. So yeah, this is pretty much how I look right now. Again, I love my body. I love how I look. But just looking at this progress will help me as I move forward to make sure that what I am doing is good for my body and it's giving me results. All right, so let's sit down for our little chat. All right, so like I said, I've been doing this wellness journey for a month now. I started the video by letting you know that I started on this new weight loss journey on January 17, 2020, when I got on the scale in the morning and I found out that I weighed 248.4 pounds. And it just was what I needed to jolt myself back into reality and tell myself that I couldn't continue to let myself go and not take care of myself, because my blood pressure, the upper number in the blood pressure, measurement, it's starting to be really high and it's not good, and I want to be around for my son, for my family. So I said I needed to take matters into my own hands, and I decided to do like a detox where I didn't take in as much sugar or carbs. And I started that a month ago and I'm still doing it. I really like how I feel by not eating so much sugar, but I do have to say that this past week, week 4 of my wellness journey, was the toughest because I was so tempted to eat sweets. One of my students on Friday for Valentine's Day gave me my favorites, which are the Haribo sour gummy bears. I have not opened that bag. I am doing fruits if I am craving a sweet craving, or I am doing dark chocolate, over 70% dark chocolate, so 70% cocoa or higher. And I know that's a healthier chocolate for me. So that's what I'm trying to do when it comes to that. Also, before I started my wellness journey, I really was not paying attention to my dairy intake and my eggs intake. A couple of years ago, my doctor ran some tests and he discovered that I had become allergic to dairy, all forms of dairy, and eggs, all parts of the egg. And he said that even though it may not show in an allergy reaction where I have an anaphylactic shock, which I get from shellfish, or like breaking out into rashes. I don't get that kind of reaction. What dairy and eggs does to my body is that it creates a lot of inflammation within my body, and it also makes my asthma that much worse. So I want to make sure I emphasize that my dairy allergy is not a lactose intolerance. My body can digest the lactose. It's just that it's allergic to dairy. It causes all this inflammation in my body. It makes my asthma worse. I have more asthma symptoms than usual, and I have chronic asthma. I've had it since I was a year old. So I said to myself once I restarted this wellness journey that I wasn't going to take any dairy or any eggs, which is why you see in my grocery hauls that I don't really have any egg products or dairy products, because I just can't really do that. So I look for vegan options, even though I do eat meat. But by looking at vegan options, I'm sure that it's not going to have any eggs or dairy, and that's what I've been doing. So going back to what I've been doing, after I got weighed that first day, I was continuing to do my step bet challenge, which just finished 2 days ago, and I am a winner. I met all of my step bet goals, or my step goals, for the last 6 weeks, and I'm a winner. So that means that I get my $40 registration fee back, plus maybe a little few more extra dollars. I don't know. I haven't done this before, so I'll let you know how that goes in my next update as far as how much money I ended up getting. I'm not expecting more than $42, so we'll see what happens. But that was a really good experience. So I was already moving, so it was just a matter of changing the way that I ate, which I did. And then I started going into more 5K races. I joined a running club. I did the terrain race, which is a separate vlog. That is the second video for this Journey to Wellness series. And I'm gonna do another 5K in like 2 weeks on March 7th, a Saturday. So I'm really looking forward to that. And tonight is another running club meeting. So every Tuesday night, today's Tuesday, I get to meet with a fellow group of runners, and we run around a specific area, and we talk and we share our experiences, and it's a really great motivation for me, and I really look forward to it. So I've been doing those changes, and of course eating. So what were my results after the first week? So a week after I had initially weighed myself in, I got on the scale, and the scale read 245.8 pounds, which meant that I had lost 2.6 pounds in just 1 week. So that was really great. I knew a lot of that weight probably was water weight. So then I kept on working with my regimen that I put myself in. And the second week that I weighed myself, I didn't change. It was the same amount. And I was like, hey, this is fine. I don't mind it. I'm okay with staying the same. And I just continued on. It was better not to go up. So I'm like, hey, I'm the same. We're going to keep going. You feel great. You're eating well. You're being more active. So all is good. We got to celebrate those non-scale victories too. So what happened the following week? So on February 7th, I got on the scale and it read 243 pounds, which meant that I had lost another 1.8 pounds. And I was ecstatic. I was like, yes, this is amazing. So I kind of didn't have any changes the previous week, but now I lost 1.8 pounds. This is great. And then I got on the scale last Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, and the scale was not kind to me. I have to say that the scale also was acting kind of strange, because I got on and I'm like, that can't be right. So when I got on again, it gave me a different number. And when I got on again for the third time, it gave me a different number. I'm like, well, maybe the scale is not working really well. So I grabbed my other scale that I hadn't been using in a while. It had new batteries in it. I got it on the floor, and it told me that I weighed 244.8. I know, I gained a pound, 0.8. And I was not happy. I was kind of sad and down. But then I took my body fat, and this is something that I hadn't mentioned. I did take my body fat from the beginning, and at the beginning it was like 47.6, and then it has been going down progressively. And even though the weight on the scale registered a little higher than I'm used to, I went down 1 whole percentage point in my body fat, which is 46%. And I'm like, hey, there it is. Maybe the activity that you're doing is building muscle, and that's what's happening. But this is where I told you earlier that I was going to talk about water and why it was important. I realized that I hadn't been drinking enough water. And if you don't drink enough water, that actually causes your body to hold on to the little water that it has. So I gained weight because I think I wasn't drinking enough water. Another reason could be that I really didn't do any strength training exercises this week, so that could be a factor. So this week I'm making sure that I add some strength training, along with making sure that I drink enough water every day, and hopefully, please, universe, the scale would be kind to me on Friday when I get on for my weekly weigh-in. But that is what I wanted to share with you as far as my numbers go and where I am in my journey. I feel great. I feel more energetic. Another place that I'm really trying to work on is getting enough sleep. And last night I did not get enough sleep. My Fitbit gave me a score of 63, which is not good. It's actually fair. My highest score on my Fitbit for sleep has been 87, which it says is good. I have not reached the 90 or above, but I do want to improve my sleep. So I got to look at my nighttime routine and make sure that I have a really good nighttime routine, which right now I don't. So I got to make improvements in that. So I know different things that I have to change. It's not my eating, because I have not cheated. I've been eating really good. I haven't been eating added sugar, and I'm really proud of it, even though this past week was so tempting to eat all these things that I shouldn't eat. I didn't do it. I ate good. I made good choices. So let's talk a little bit about these measurements that I just took. The only thing that I have to compare with as far as my current measurements go is my measurements from actually 3 years ago. On January 16th, 2017, I was weighing about 220 pounds, which is about 20 pounds or so less than what I currently weigh. And these were my measurements. So right now I came in at my neck at 15.25. Back then I was 14.75 inches. My arms, my left arm was 16 and my right arm was also 16. And right now my left arm is 17 and my right arm is 16. So that's about the same. My bust area was 44 and right now is 47, so that is already a 3-inch difference. But again, I'm thinking if I lose these 24 pounds and get to that weight that I used to be 3 years ago, these measurements should also go down. And I have to be kind to myself too. My chest, my natural chest, back then was 38.5 and right now it's 42 inches. My hips back then were 49 inches and right now they are 53 inches. My thighs back then were 26.5 for my left thigh and 26.25 for my right thigh, and right now I came in at 26, which is amazing. This is why I'm saying I think I'm carrying my weight a little bit different than before, because I was almost the same amount in my thighs as I was 3 years ago when I was weighing 20 pounds lighter. So, and my calves were 17 inches back then and right now they're 18 inches. So the differences are not too far off with a 20-pound difference. So I'm really curious to see what these measurements will be once I do lose 20 pounds. So what is my total loss in weight for my first month of this wellness journey? Well, since I started at 248.4 and I ended at 244.8, that brings me to a total loss of 3.6 pounds, which is pretty good. I don't want to lose weight too fast. So 3.6 pounds is about a pound a week, which I'm estimating 1 to 2 pounds a week loss. So I'm okay with that right now. And now I have these measurements to also look at and compare to once the month comes to another end. Now, I do want to remind myself something that I learned the first time that I did this wellness journey back in 2013, and then I kind of let myself go after that, after 2015. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to focus on the now. Forget about the past. But one thing that I did remind myself is it takes 4 weeks for you to notice a difference, 8 weeks for your friends and family to notice a difference, and 12 weeks for everyone else to notice a difference. 12 weeks is 3 months. And I've only just completed month number 1. Even though I don't see big changes, I mean, 3.6 pounds lost in 1 month is not bad. It's actually pretty good. I am going to wait until 3 months to see where all this has taken me. So I'm very excited to see where I end up going with this. All right, so that is what I have to share with you for my little update. And now I'm going to choose one of those healthy foods that you saw me have earlier. Probably I'm going to do some hummus because it has a little bit of protein, and one of those fruits or a mixture of the raspberries and blueberries. One of the things that I do try to do with all my meals, including snacks, is to make sure I have one type of protein and one type of healthy carb, whether it comes from fruit or vegetables. And right now for the healthy proteins that I do have is I have the hummus, but I also have some cashews, which are kind of like the only nuts that I could actually eat. I'm allergic to almonds on top of everything. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you, and I hope you enjoyed this video of me giving this update, and I hope you continue to come along with me on my wellness journey to see where the rest of this journey will take us. All right, so that is where I'm gonna leave you for today. On another time, probably I'll do what I eat in a day. You sort of saw what I eat in like almost a full day, but not really, because I don't have breakfast when I have lunch that early. And you saw my lunch, which is typical for me. And you know what I'm gonna have for a snack right now. Maybe on another day, separate video, I can take you along with me on what I eat in a day so that you can kind of see an idea of what I'm eating. That doesn't mean that that will give you an idea of what you should do. And that doesn't mean that that is the same for me every day. That's just what I'm doing right now. You should definitely consult a doctor or a nutritionist to really get an idea of what you should do for your own body and for your own fitness or wellness goals. This is just what I'm doing that works for me right now. All right, so thank you so much for coming along with me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile. Hello, dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you because you are capable of great things. See you next time.